Welcome to the Exit Strategy. We have real conversations to transform your mindset, money, and more. And now, the Exit Strategist.
Hey, ladies. Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
good afternoon. Hello. Good morning.
Yes, we are back at it. Got some topics that we're going to be talking about today. I hope everybody had a great day today.
Awesome.
Yeah. Whatever kind of day is there.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I love that attitude. Yes, ma'am.
Come on, spun the wheel.
On the wheels.
Spun the
Let's
wheel.
go.
And just spinning. Oh, look at that.
Oh, Lord.
What's your pet peeve?
What is?
Repeating the same thing over and over.
You know, I kind of figured that about you, Morgana, that's your pet peeve. When people ask you things that has already been discussed, and it irritates you to no end to have that same conversation all over again.
Yes. To collect myself, you'll notice there's
a pregnant pause.
A pregnant pause is right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm being polite and I'm, adjusting. But maybe that's not the case because you ladies are well aware of it. So I'm not doing something well.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That funny.
Is funny.
What's your pet peeve, Miss Monica?
My pet peeve is when people prolong and do like this abundance of nothing. Like they're talking and they're trying to, but they're not. It's like, come on, spit it out. Let's get to it. Like that irritates me to no end. So
it's hilarious.
What about you, Brandy?
That's an interesting. I don't know if I have a pet peeve.
Really?
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Morgana, you know her best.
I don't know if I do though. Seriously, what really does irk me is when people don't express the confidence that I know they have or should have. That kind of irks me. And what do I mean by that? Like I think about when, and maybe it's that I know that I think they're something that they're not, like if I see something in someone but they tend to be timid and not willing to put forth effort, and I'm like come on, I know you could do like that. Kind of irritates me a little bit. I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but that is something that irritates me a bit when people don't do what I see they have the capability to do, so yeah, I don't know if that's all that comes to mind right now. I have to think about that. Maybe as y'all are talking, something will come to mind. I don't know.
I actually have several, and I'm sure that Ms. Morgana does too.
See, I'm just trying to be polite and wait, but honey, your pet peeve is not having control.
Brandy's pet
peeve. From the outside looking in, okay? Strong J.
True that.
Maybe I don't see that as a pet peeve. I just see that as a necessity. How about that?
I love that.
Okay.
Carol and Rosalind, you all haven't chimed in. What's your pet peeve?
Don't be polite. Let's just hear it. Come on.
I know. I have to think about that because I think it depends on what environment I'm in, right? It might be different pet peeves for different environments. I think in the household, when I clean the kitchen, and you come in the kitchen and just tear it up. That
don't pick up after themselves.
Will put me on cooking. Like I will straight protest. We'll be like, ain't nobody eating nothing. Because that's like huge for me. You know what I mean? Because I think maybe going back, to growing up and how my mom cooked. My mom cooked 5 days a week. and it was fish on Fridays. That's what we did. But we had dish duty. The children, me and my sister had dish duty. And so that was like, if we didn't want it, the house to fall down from the inside out, we knew to take care of those dishes. So for me, it's very similar to that. I'm just like, please, once I go in there, because I know a lot of times, especially if you're out and you come back in and, you know that you have something specific that you might want to make for dinner and the kitchen is a mess. And it's like, okay, we about to fast today. So that's a pet peeve. Mom, I'm hungry. You better clean them dishes.
I can go with that one. That was one that I would say they knew I'm going to cook dinner. If the kitchen is nasty, I never put a fuss up. I just go on and I go on, change, and I go back out. Well, you didn't cook. I don't cook in a dirty kitchen. I don't cook in a dirty kitchen. If you want me to cook, my kitchen gonna be clean. When I get through cooking, I'm gonna clean my kitchen.
Yeah.
So my kitchen will be clean once everybody, I'm gonna come in and do my part. If my kitchen got a dish in the sink, my son would be cabinets doors is open. I know where he started. I know where he ended at because the dish is there. Or his dad would be the same way. I know where they go. So I knew that if I walked in the house ready to cook dinner, and it's dirty, I just go in, change my clothes, and I go on back out. No, there's no food. I never fuss about it because they already know the rule. And my son have taken on that same pet peeve with his roommates. It's like, Mom, I came home and the kitchen was dirty and filthy and nasty. He said, and I could not clean. I didn't say nothing. I just smiled and said, oh, wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you. So these are things that it learned over the past. So I think that's one of mine. And I hate injustice. It's not a pet peeve. I just hate injustice. I don't know if that's a pet peeve. I think this is why I don't have a television, because I can't stand to watch TV with all the negativity.
Yes.
I don't think that's a pet peeve. I just think that's who I am. It is. I when I see injustice, there's that, that devil and angel, on my shoulder. So I lean to the devil because that's the way I want to feel because of the injustice. So if I look at that, I don't know if that's a pet peeve, but that works my nerve. That works my spirit, and I'm totally outside of myself because I can go a mile a minute when I see stuff of that nature. So
that's a question. I'm sorry, Carolyn, I thought you were finished.
No, I am.
Here's a question to take the question further. How does your pet peeve impact your interactions with other people? Does it impact your relationships? And since I asked the question, I could answer, but I can see how mine does, because if I'm already have low tolerance for asking me the same question over and over, right? And then if it's a bad day, it'll snap just like that. And then I've had a bad interaction with someone because it's my issue. So I could see how my pet peeve can impact my interactions with others.
For sure. I'll jump in, Morgana. What Carolyn said kind of reminded me of another pet peeve of mine. And while I have a TV, I don't have cable per se. So I get to really choose what I watch, even on my, on the computer, because all the headlines will pop up. You know what I mean? I'm really careful again, what I allow into what I'm reading and the headlines. I watch the news on YouTube when I get ready to watch it. I don't do that first thing in the morning. And I think, again, a lot of it goes back to household, how I grew up, because news was always on. And it's kind of like you can't escape this. But specifically, when people have to report the headlines, like they'll text you, did you hear that so-and-so is up? And it absolutely irks me. So most of my friends that know me know that. I'm like, please don't share that with me. Especially if it's news that somebody passed or something, don't do that. And then, so if it's somebody new that I've met, I almost have to let them know, like, listen, here is how I live my life. I appreciate the fact that you want to be the newscaster in my life, but that doesn't help me. In other words, if it's not something positive, do not, because I think I can pull it in as, the emotions, and I start thinking about the people, how it's affecting, and, I'll pull that in, and that can affect me, right? So I'm thinking the people around me, please don't just share any news with me, because I have to make sure I'm in line, and that will sometimes sometimes shift my attitude, or how I'm feeling that day. So I'm very careful what I expose myself to and what I allow other people to expose me to.
Okay, so you want to hear a funny story about a pet peeve of mine now. It wasn't at the time, I didn't think. So I don't know how many of you remember one of the last fights that Mike Tyson had, but he won. I had a television in my room, in my bedroom, and I went to sleep. And I woke up to Mike Tyson saying, "Monica, I'm coming home to marry you, baby." His wife or girlfriend at the time name was Monica. So I'm asleep, and all I hear is Mike Tyson saying, "Monica, I'm coming home to marry you." When I woke up, I said, "Did Mike Tyson win the fight?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "This TV's getting out of my room.
Okay.
That is going to sleep with the TV on to this day." And that was 25, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I don't like sleeping with the television on.
Yeah.
That irritates me to no end. Because I think I'm in a movie. We have about 3 minutes left, so we're going to get ready to wrap up.
Yeah, it's interesting how we're different in so many ways, because I have a hard time getting my brain to shut off. So I fall asleep with my TV on, so it's background noise to help my brain shut down.
Yeah.
Random, but just added that thought in there.
My mom have the same way. She can't go to sleep without a television. I took before I removed television, I took a television out of my bedroom, so I don't have anything in my bedroom to cause distraction that way. But I believe you.
Yep. I know people like that as well.
As you guys were talking, I was thinking about why I don't have a pet peeve, like that I could really just because I practice patience in my life. Like I really do, like everything. And it's not like fake. Like I really do practice patience, because I live with a person who has pet peeves about everything. Like my husband has pet peeves about. So I try to be the balance in all of that. So I don't know. I just don't allow things to really get under my skin. But when I thought about that thing that I said does bother me a bit, it does affect how I engage with people. So when people don't live up to their potential, is what I was describing earlier, that really, I don't want to hang around them. I don't want to hang around people that I feel like, but I need to open my eyes to that, because there are times when I don't live up to my potential, that things that I know I'm capable of. And yet I have this pet peeve, so to speak, about that. So that's an interesting question you asked, Morgana. Does it affect our lives? Because I know I don't want to hang around people. So now I'm like, okay, why am I the way that I am? Like, why do I, not live up to my potential if I don't like being around people like that? So that's something interesting.
Now, because this is a safe space and I love you, can I dig a little deeper with that?
Dig, girl, dig.
Here she come with her life coaching. Here she comes.
You got 30 seconds though.
To me, it still comes back to control, because respectfully, how is it that what you perceive or expect their potential to be is supposed to be the potential that they live up to, that if they don't, it impacts your relationship to them, with them?
Interesting. Something to think about. Good conversation, ladies. Good conversation.
Yeah. Money Love, I hear you're about to cut us off. So is it that time?
It is, but have at it, Morgana. Take us home.
You help keep us in line. So I'm going to defer to you.
All right. Well, if you all have a topic that you'd like for us to discuss, please feel free to send us an email at theexitstrategy5 at gmail.com. That's the exit strategy 5 at gmail.com. And hey, keep on tuning in to these conversations that we're having. And we guarantee that you will have a good time in these 15 minutes. Have a good one, everybody. We are The Exit Strategy. Find us on Roku, Boss Ladies TV, where we have transparent conversations to transform your mindset, money, and more. Scan the QR code to follow us on all social media at The Exit Strategy.